He has one brother and one sister, been racing for 5 years. Favorite color is yellow. He likes hot dogs and horses. His favorite band is Jason Alden. His favorite game is Uno. He likes to hike and helps youth with nature studies. His heroes, his brother and sister, Abby and Sam. He likes to smile. So we have Camden in lane number 1, Aiden in lane number 2. They're getting close to being off and running here, fans. I was here when we ran the first one. We had a couple of them in the late 70s even that ran the same time as Akron Local. Yeah. Yeah. Well, just that in 1975 was the first time any Super Kids ever went down there. We like 4 of them just go down as a demonstration heat, like, But, right. Sure. Yeah, I can show a little bit of that. Okay, thanks. Okay, like I said, this is the 41st annual Akron area Super Kids race. We have a lot of history in that too. We had a heck of a lot of kids that have been racing in that for a lot of years. And one of them that he didn't race, but he saw it in the newspaper and all that they were going to have it, and he wanted to come out and help. He's my very good friend, Mark Richards. Mark is the assistant news director at WNIR, and Mark came out and said, how can I help? Because Mark had a brother that was going to race in that. Mark raced himself a few times back in the 70s, and he wanted to help, and he started announcing it. And Mark announced it for about 35 years, the Akron area and the All-American. And Mark's sitting down here under the tent just watching. I try to make sure that I'm not doing bad. I feel like, I've got the God announcer down here watching me. Mark, thanks a lot for coming today, and I hope it's as good as it has been. That we've had it over the years, the Super. There he is, waving to the crowd right there with his hat on. Thank you very much, Mark. Give him a big hand. He did this race for about 35 years. Now you've just got an amateur up here. All right. Thank you very much, Mark. So anyhow, the race has been very successful. We had the Border Reelers help run it, the Vietnam vets. When one of the Vietnam vets guys had one of their brothers that he had some kind of little problem and wanted him to race, so he helped get this started. Are we ready? Okay, we're just about there, so I'm just trying to ad-lib a little bit and tell what's what. But we were very lucky. Quite a few of the cities run Super Kids races now all over the country. Cleveland always had them. Indianapolis has them. There's about 20 cities, Rochester, New York. And so it picked up from starting here back in 1981. I can tell you even in 1975 we had an exhibition race. During the All-American, we had 4 kids that were in supercars, and they went down the hill. And that was really the very, very first start that any time they ever did. And we were very fortunate that we're still doing it. We thank all you guys, the motorcycle gangs, and all the volunteers directed by Linda Will. Linda's done a great job saving this and keeping it because, you know, after last year's COVID, a lot of people haven't done a lot of things, but now we're trying to get it back to normal again. All right, gang, we're getting the driver in lane number 2 set up, and I think we should be about ready to run. Okay, gang, we had to switch cars on that. The one car wasn't, it didn't fit our driver quite as well as we needed to, so we're getting about ready here to run the next heat. And we appreciate the high schools built a lot of these cars in the last 10, 15 years. And that was very nice of them that they did. And they've worked out real well under the leadership of Bruce Hunsinger Sr. Bruce helped get them all done. This is a real passion for our parade marshal today.
Jennifer sent me this history on the Super Kids for you. You don't have to read it, but if you want to try to read any of it, you're more than welcome.
Okay. Are we still putting them in the car? You know, the Vietnam vets really were the ones who really started this, and they got help from the Board of Realtors and a couple other groups. Looks like we're getting pretty close to it. That was 1980. At chapter 34. And it was old Dave Mighton. He was one of them that really helped get it together. About 3 of those guys I remember that did.
They're getting ready to come down.
Okay, they're getting ready to come down here, fans. We have in lane number 1, Camden Yost, 9 years old. In lane number 2, Aiden Volk, 18 years old. So, Camden's probably a little bit smaller than Aiden, but we'll see how it goes here. All right, they're off and running. Camden in 1, Aiden in lane 2. Here they come. They're about a third of the way down. Pretty yellow car in lane 1, a white car in lane 2. And from here, they look pretty close. Right now, it looks like maybe lane 1's pushing ahead a little bit. Lane 2's trying to catch up. They're pedaling down the straightaway, and they're hitting the finish line, and it is lane number 1, Camden Yost in the bright yellow car wins that one.
0.567 seconds.
Last weekend, we had a pretty good headwind, actually, coming up the track, especially on Saturday. It was tough driving and all because it was cold, windy, and whatever. Today, looking at the flags, it looks like it's kind of a pretty good wind going from the west to the east, flying right over the airport and over the track. And that's what it usually is at Derby Downs here.
Ready.
Mark Richards, your plane is just arriving now to take you to your next destination. It just landed. Scotty came to the Derby in 1981. He and Zulu both did. That was a kind of a cold, rainy. Okay, gang, our next heat. Ronnie Rome in lane number 1, second grader at Spring Hill. Likes art, he has 2 brothers, 1 sister. Likes blue and red. He loves pizza and tacos. He likes crafting. He likes rock stars. Pokemon's his favorite book. He likes to play soccer and wrestling. His hero's his mom, and he loves doing science experiments. He is 8 years old. And in lane number 2, Alexander Thomas Wilt, 8 years old. And they're coming
The
across.
winning
Ooh, that was the
lane
closest
is
race we've
1
had.
with a time of
And
0.
lane 1,
0.
Ronnie
4,
Rome just
0.
beat Alexander
Second.
Thomas Wilt in a very, very close race here. Closest one we've had today. And Alexander, I didn't get to say a lot about him, but he likes macaroni and cheese, has one brother, one sister. He likes to play baseball. His superhero is Superman, and he's great at debating. He'll argue with anybody. Good job, Alexander. All right.
Ready.
Bobby in 1, Jalen in 2.
Okay, gang, in our next heat, Bobby Curry, 16 years old, 10th grader at Stowe, Monroe Falls High School. Bobby's been down the hill already. He likes peanut butter and jelly.
Phelan is the 32nd. The 32nd what?
So. Hey, I can't talk. I'm announcing the race.
The 32nd descendant, he said?
Okay. All right. I'll
Okay,
call you.
all right, got it. Phelan is the 32nd relative of Grandpa Doug Reese.
Okay, gang, here we go. Bobby Curry in lane number 1. Like I said, he wants to be a basketball player. Mr. Ray's is his favorite hero, and he's crossing.
The winning
And
lane
Phelan
is
Wilt,
2.
7 years old,
A time
in
of
lane number 2
0.
was our winner
Point
there. First
2.
grader, Park
1,
Elementary.
2.
She is the 32nd
Second.
great grandkid of the great Ed Harmon that helped set up our track and everything else. There's more Harmons and Wilts and all them in this race than every other name in the whole country. Phelan just won that race. Her superhero she is very friendly and can make you smile.
ready.
Justin Rhoda and Matt Sakega is the 2. Justin's in 1.
All right, gang, here we are, the next heat. Justin Rona in lane number 1. Rhoda. In lane number 1, 14 years old. He's 8th grader, Norwayne. He has one brother, one sister, been racing 3 years. He likes spaghetti and goats. His favorite band's Luke Bryan. He likes basketball and golf. His hero, Spider-Man, and he's always happy and full of love, fun, and curiosity. In lane number 2 is Matthew.
Sakagek.
He's 9th grader, 15 years old at Parma High School. His favorite subject's history. He's got 5 brothers, 2 dogs, 7 years he's been racing. Likes green, likes spaghetti and dinosaurs. His movie's Godzilla. He likes swimming, Star Wars music. His favorite sport is hockey. He wants to be an astronaut, and his hero is John Cena. He likes to memorize historical facts and knows an insane amount about the Titanic. All right, lane number 1, Justin. Lane number 2, Matthew. Matthew is one of Grandpa Harmon's 32 kids. Grandkids, great-grandkids. Okay, gang, we about ready in lane number 2. It looks like lane number 1 is all ready to go. Justin's in lane 1, Matthew's in lane 2. Matthew's from Parma High School. Gallardi made Parma the most familiar name in the country. Right, Mark? Okay, they're up and running. Justin in lane 1, Matthew in lane number 2. Justin's 14, Matthew's 15. We got a couple old kids coming down this hill this time. They've both been racing for quite a while in the Super Kids. Who's it gonna be? Is it Justin in lane number 1? It looks like Matthew's trying to catch up a little bit in lane number 2. They're hitting the tunnel now. It's fairly close. Might be a little bit of an advantage in lane number 1, and it is the green car.
The winning lane
Justin
is
Rhoda.
1 with a time of 0.256 seconds. Ready.
Yeah, you can go over there. It's 1952. Okay, I didn't even see that today. I just went up the top for a second. I'm over here. Okay, well, I got to announce the next. Okay, bye. Okay, as soon as we can get another co-pilot, our next heat is Isaiah Campbell in lane number 1, the 6th grader at Summit Academy, versus Ian Alanez, that's from Talmadge Middle School. Ian is 16 years old. Anyhow, they're getting ready to come down? Okay, good. All right, Isaiah in lane number 1, Ian in lane number 2. Ian has one brother and one cat. He's been racing 2 years. Almost anything you put in front of him, he'll be glad to eat. He likes horses, dogs, cats. His TV shows the Thunderbirds. Well, I like to drive a Thunderbird. Anyhow, his favorite sport is baseball, horseback riding. He wants to be a helicopter pilot. And he's determination and kindness. And here he comes. In lane number 1 is Isaiah. Lane number 2 is Ian. It's pretty close from here out. It's looking like Isaiah maybe has a little bit of a lead. And it is in lane number 1. Isaiah Campbell just won that heat.
With a time of 0.706 seconds. Ready.
Okay, we have the next heat on hold for a second.
Is it possible to put the co-pilots into the return vehicles and bring them up, with the cars? Yep, we already discussed that. Good enough, thank you. Can I put co-pilots in the back of the truck, like in the bed, because one doesn't have passenger space? Yeah, they can ride in the bed of the truck, and then you got that white floor door, so they can get in that too. As long as they are sitting with their butts on the bed, all the way down. Who am I speaking with? Bruce. Oh, I figured it was you running your mouth. Thanks, buddy. You know I'm gonna run it. Love you too, man. Yeah, like one of the spectators just told me, wouldn't be me without running my mouth. I hear you.
Saturday Night Live on Saturday morning.
Do I give you the next one?
If we get real bored, maybe I'll sing the Derby March. How's that? I know everybody really wants to hear the official Derby song and Derby March. I have both of them. Denise is excited by it down there on the bridge. I can tell that because she knows how good I do at karaoke.
Co-pilot's on the way. Bed of a truck.
Ankle box and one.
Okay, fans, our next heat in lane number 1, Michael Baum, 13 years old from Mogador. He's in the 7th grade. He's been down the hill. He's raced 3 times, and he got a 4th and a 1st, 2018, 2019. His favorite band is Kane Brown. He likes baseball. He wants to be a farmer, and his hero's grandma. And in the other lane is Andrew D. Camp. Andrew's 18, 12th grader at Stowe Monroe Falls High School. He likes art, has a brother. He's got 2 dogs, 2 cats. Been racing 5 years. This is his last year racing. He's going to get married and have a couple kids. Anyhow, he placed 4th back in 2015. He likes green and loves cheeseburgers. And his favorite activity is hanging around the fire pit. He likes swimming and wants to work at the university. He is always happy and kind. Andrew D. Camp. Michael in lane number 1. Andrew in lane number 2.
Oh, he's 24 next month. I feel old. What? 14. That's my birthday. Is it really? Oh my gosh. Alright, that's great. I'm sure you're better set in life than I am right now.
I'm down there with 2 lovely ladies on the bridge, and they just both found out their birthday is July 14th. Both of them have the same birthday. One is just a little bit older than the other one, though. Actually, the day the one was born, the other was out celebrating because she turned 21.
Alright, they're getting ready to come down.
Okay, gang, we are getting ready. Michael in lane 1, Andrew in lane 2. What the heck am I then? All right, Michael Baum in lane number 1. Andrew D. Camp in lane number 2. This is Andrew's last race. He is 18 years old. Yeah. Not sure what's what. It says green cheeseburgers and cats. I don't know if he has green cheeseburgers while he's with his cat or what, but that's what it says here. but he's always happy and kind. And they're off and running. They're about a third of the way down, fans, and it actually looks like it's a very close race. The pink car in lane number 2, the white car in lane number 1. They're hitting the tunnel, and they're still pretty close. Might be a little bit of advantage in lane number 1. Michael might have, and there they cross the finish line, and it is Michael Baum in lane number 1 from Mogadore, Ohio.
0.245 seconds.
That was Michael with the
Okay, fans, this track was made of cement back in 1936.
Ready.
It's about 8 inches thick underneath. We just had a fairly brand new asphalt put on it this year. We're very happy and very excited. It's very smooth all the way down now. We hope the lanes are all equal for the local and the All-American. The lanes are 10 feet wide, so the track is 30 feet. I went to Falls, but I wasn't real good in math.
PJ's in 1, Connor's in 2.
Okay, here we go. Peter's in lane 1, Peter Thomas Wilt. And he won his first heat, and he likes baseball and his heroes Mario and creative thinking is what he does. And in lane number 2, Connor Yost. He's in the 6th grade, 12 years old, has 2 brothers, 2 dogs. He got 4th in 2016. He likes chicken nuggets. He probably goes to Chick-fil-A. Everybody should go to Chick-fil-A anyhow. And his favorite animal is fish. I don't know what kind of fish. Maybe it's a whale or a shark, or I like tuna fish myself. But here we go. Let's see what else is. His hero is his teacher, Mrs. Poundstone. He's super smart and has a great big personality. That is Connor Yost in lane number 2, Peter Wilt in lane number 1. Peter's one of those 35 great-grandkids that Ed has. His family's quite productive. Okay, gang, are we getting ready up there? In lane number 1, Peter, and lane number 2, Connor.
Run out, co-pilots are on the way back up.
I don't know what he remembers.
That's what you told me.
We're talking about going to the Challenger stuff.
Still have one more eating, and who's that? Is that these two?
I don't know.
Oh.
Well, yeah, those are the last 2 in the winning
Two.
heat, but I don't know who
Okay.
we're running.
Oh, okay. And we'll have 8.
They all know. They're like trying to figure it out.
Well, Ben's pretty
It's
smart.
going as smoothly as they thought it would. Either one of them are. You know how to lift stick, do that kind of stuff when it comes to conversation? Not always. I love my brother, but hey.
Sounds like Shorty Fulton's motorcycle about 40 years ago. Shorty used to ride it up and down this hill all the time. Shorty was the grandfather of this place. He built Derby Downs. He built the rubber ball. He built the airport. That's why it's called Akron Fulton International Airport. The great Bain Icarius Fulton. Okay, fans, are we about ready? Do we have this heat? The last heat of the winners bracket. Peter in lane 1, Connor in 2. Is that right?
I have no idea yet.
We have no idea. We're still trying to figure it, but it's all right, fans.
I don't know what they're doing. They're doing something up there, and they're yelling, not yelling. Okay, it is Peter and Connor.
Okay, great. We have the last heat of the winners bracket in the third round. It is Peter Thomas Wilt in lane number 1 and Connor Yost in lane number 2.
I almost brought my dog, but I'm glad I didn't. Oh, we should have. She would have been hit with the whole thing. What is she? A Pomeranian Chihuahua. I had two chihuahuas drive me crazy. They never shut up. No. She's getting better, but she likes to go. I get it. How big is she? I was going to say she's got to be tiny. Is it a boy or a girl?
Okay, gang, we'd like to thank Perrin Asphalt. They were the ones that laid this nice, smooth surface. We haven't had it paved since 2013, so we're very excited and very happy. It's a much smoother track. You better drive down the middle. If you go to this side, it will not help you, I promise you. It will go to the wrong way.
I have a cousin that lives in Coventry.
It is. It's a beautiful day out here, Derby Downs. By the way, in 1968 was the all-time record for the hottest All-American ever. I was here that year, of course, just like every year. It was 96 degrees out here. And good old Branch Lou from Muncie, Indiana, gave Muncie their 4th world championship in lane number 3. Rains every year in July. By the way, we've not only had a lot of famous celebrities come out here, we've had some even at the Super Kids race, some celebrities, and we've been very lucky to have those. And I know that some people think because of my background is why I feel this way, but 2 of the most famous we ever had at Derby Downs was a guy named Nixon and Reagan. Now that's pretty good. 2 presidents have been here to the Derby. Nixon was here as vice president in 1959. He flagged the first heat and 2 of the cars crashed. But it was okay. Nixon still had a good time. And then in 1951, Ronald Reagan was a movie actor, and he raced in lane number 1 in the oil can. He lost to a dummy, Paul Winchell and Jerry Mahoney. But that was the last dummy Reagan ever lost to.
So, does anybody know why they're not doing blowouts this year for the All-American? Well, I don't know about on race day, but like when I looked at the oh no, no like the whole Sunday thing. I'm not about to tell that for the They had a little spot.
Okay, gang, here we go. Peter in the orange car in lane number 1, Connor in the green car in lane number 2. It's fairly close. They're hitting the tunnel. It looks like maybe lane 1's hit a little bit. No, lane 2's trying to catch up there. He's pushing it. And there they go. And it is lane number 1, Peter Thomas Wilt, 10 years old, wins that heat.
0.726 seconds.
The only like fun thing, because I was looking at the race week on the Facebook. I was looking on the race week.
Ready.
Are they starting lunch then? Or are we? Got it. Just so you know, we're moving to the challenges bracket, so we'll need to wait for Rachel to tell challenge 3. Yeah, that makes sense. I will. We're gonna start it, but I don't know if they're gonna start. The food just got here, so I don't know if they're starting lunch first or if they're gonna start tea. But when I was looking at the race schedule, like the only thing that I saw, like for them to actually get together, the only thing was badge trading, and that was like after a rally race or something like that. I was like, that is so ridiculous. Are you serious? Like they're not even doing the throw ups, they're not having weight, like they're not doing any of that stuff. Like that's the whole fun part of racing. They're not having a reward show. Back on DJ Thomas.
Clear, run out, clear, run out.
But they literally make it look like they have so much money on hand. Oh, I don't know. So we're doing 24, right?
Okay, what sheet is this, gang? We will.
I don't understand why they don't have a spend it on what? Alright, Cindy Peterson won, Brady Bender is two. This is the challengers bracket now.
Okay, we're in the challengers bracket. Sydney Palmer is in lane number 1. Grady Bender is in lane number 2. We are in the challengers, gang. So after each heat here for a little while, they will be going to the banquet next. Anyhow, looks pretty close from here. Looks like maybe Grady's got a little bit of advantage in lane number 2. It could be the yellow car versus the
The
red and
winning
white one,
lane
and it
is
is Grady
2.
Bender
With a time
won
of
that heat.
0.253 seconds.
Sydney, thank you for coming. You did a great job today, and we'll see you at the
Ready.
banquet. Thank you very much.
Alright, I'm not sure who we're moving to next. No, that's perfectly fine. I appreciate it. Wait, is that what he would make the phone today? What they get? But I remember when we got, there was one, I don't know, who are we?
Okay, fans, who is next? They look like everybody ready. Looks like lane number 2 is all ready. Lane number 1 is very close.
Yeah, I got Brandon's watch. Did you?
We gave a watch for it.
I got the year where they gave us the crapshoot watches. Yeah, I got the
Clear, run out, clear, run out. Copy.
Sarah Menberg is in one.
Yeah, those clap-on watches. I got Trinity said it was pretty bad.
Brandon never won. Okay, Alex Thomas Will is in two.
I still have mine.
No, I was
55 years ago. This is
Sarah
Sarah's first.
Menberg's in one. This is Challengers too.
Yep. All right, here we are in Challengers again. Sarah Memberg, 16 years old, Medina High School in lane number 1. Alexander Thomas Wilt, 8 years old, in lane number 2.
No, see, I got suitcases, like when they handed out suitcases. You remember like those backpacks, the suitcases where they would shove like a bunch of crap, and that's what
Okay, fans, they're coming down the hill. This is the Challengers bracket. Sarah in lane number 1, Alexander in lane number 2. Alexander Thomas Wilt, one of Grandpa's 35 great grandkids. Here we go. Yeah, Grandpa's, he has alphabetized all of them. So Alexander is number 1. Okay, gang, it looks pretty close. They're coming into the tunnel. It could be lane number 1, and it is. Sarah
winning lane
Member,
is
16
1.
years old, Medina High
A
School,
time
just
of
won that heat.
0.306 seconds. Ready.
Yeah, no, but we did get a watch from one of our dads though, but it was that crappy watch. Like they did a year where they did crappy 50, yeah, yeah. I never wore it, yeah. No, it wasn't even a mirror. It was one of those, they handed out nice watches at one point, like a few years before that.
These with the big shield. I always thought these were neat because you can really see them.
Brandon gave it to my dad.
I have my original, an Elgin watch. They were about $100. Never won, that would never cross the finish line. No, he does. Last time though, when he wrecked down there by the tunnel, he was too old to even race. I said, I've done the math.
Depends on which person.
Right, which first certificate he had.
Running part was
He's a legend here.
Okay, so just so you know, her name is actually pronounced Polek. Apparently it's Polek. Kelsey is in 182.
Okay, lane 1, Kelsey Polek from Ida Sue Worcester School, 12 years old, is in lane number 1, and Aiden Volk is 18 years old, 11th grader at Stowe High School. They're racing each other.
You're in the Challengers.
Okay.
I'll tell you when we switch back.
Okay. All right, and they're both in the Challengers. Kelsey placed 3rd, 7th, and 5th in the last 3 Super Kids. And we can start the race now. John Harmon just got here.
I never got one.
And
My sisters did. All my older siblings did. They all did.
Pink.
A few years before I went to my first one, I'm so mad. They had like the best sponsors back then. Honestly, they bought everything. Yeah, I don't know if you guys, did you ever do a VR? Okay, there was a year where I did a VR and it was when they had the national year and the gifts that they were giving us in the car was insane. Like they were giving us TV, like all those other things that they had now. And I'm like, holy crap. Did she? I didn't even know you guys had to do with the VR.
Okay, fans, we're Kelsey in lane number 1, Aiden in lane number 2. Kelsey's 12, Aiden is 18. We're in the Challengers bracket.
Like every year they just keep more and more. I mean, I haven't been to races in a while, so I don't know what it's like. But I know when I stopped racing, things were starting to get like a little iffy from some people.
Nobody really cheers.
No, because it's so competitive anymore.
It's bad. The sad part is it's not the kids.
Okay, here we go. Kelsey in lane number 1, Aiden in lane number 2. Kelsey's 12, Aiden's 18. They're in the Challengers bracket. They're a third of the way down. It looks pretty close. From here, they're hitting close to the tunnel, and they're actually still staying fairly even in this race. That's what you want to see, and it does. Now, it does look like a little bit, maybe Aiden is coming across a little bit further, and it is
The winning lane is 2.
Aiden Volk,
With a time
18
of
years old from Stowe High School.
0.303
Won that. Kelsey, thanks a lot for racing, and we will see you at the banquet. And hope you'll come back again next year. You did real well the last 3.
Emily's a majorette, and I sent her band booster to me at the beginning of May. They just now did the check.
figure out who they are and getting ready to race, we'd sure like to thank our sponsors, all of them: Liberty Ford, Guys Party Center, Mitchell Communication, the Colsar family, and the Akron Area Motorcycle Club. Those are some of our race day sponsors.
Hey, Brent, how many pieces do you need?
Who's in the blocks?
I don't know.
We have other food down here, so if you need it up there, you need it up there. Bring down what you can. Can't tell you how much. We've got a lot of people down here, all right? Okay. Thank you.
Okay, Matthew's in 2. Hold on, let me get the first one.
We're clear at run out. Are we stopping for lunch?
Alex is in 1. Matthew is in 2. I just gotta find Alex. Oh, he's right here.
No, we are not.
Alright, this is 1. This is 2.
You're knocking. I know it's awesome.
Okay, gang, here we are. We got another heat up there. They're getting in the car. They're getting ready. Alex Baum in lane number 1, 10 years old from Mogador, racing Matthew,
Sakaguk.
15 years old from Parma High School. If Gallardi was here, he'd be cheering for Matthew. I know that.
So, how long has she been a major at for?
3 years now.
Springfield's finally, Springfield, like, they had a good major at team for a while, and then they dropped all the majors and stuff. And now they're starting to try to bring major events back. I'm like, you guys look stupid with those. What do you?
Okay, gang, Alex in lane 1, Matthew in lane 2. Matthew is another one of Ed's 35 great grandkids. And they're getting pretty close. It looks like they're hitting about the tunnel, and it could be lane number 1. Boy, he must have 2 magnets on the nose of that car. Look at him go. I'm afraid that it is coming down to the home stretch, and Matthew gave it a good run, but Alex Baum won that race.
With a
in
time
pretty
of
good time.
0.526 seconds.
All right, Matthew, we will see you at the banquet. Thanks a lot for racing. I know you'll be back next year. You got a big cheering section with your whole family here.
Yeah, I taught Emily how to throw.
Were you at majorette?
I did it for like 20 years.
Yes, she did.
I don't look like that.
Ready.
Yeah, I did. My brother and I used to race like this one. I used to beat the crap out of him. I used to do the major representatives. Watch all of them.
Scott, it's Rich. You up there?
My mom was a major.
Copy. So, Stephanie, the driver of the hand car, like the hands all over it, a little loose in it. I checked it. It is just a little loose. We might want to have somebody look at that.
She was the first one out
We don't
there.
have anything to bring it up. Or put it in. Or buy it there. Okay.
She would have been 68 this year.
Thank you.
So she's a year younger now. Yep. I'm 68 right now.
Are you sending any
I won't be
down
too
right
much
now,
longer.
or are you breaking for lunch?
Yeah, May 21st.
I have nothing in the blocks, but I'm not sure. Let me check with Linda.
Linda, don't go.
Feed them. Feed them, right. Feed them and keep going.
Well, that's not what I was
Because as hot as it's going to be, you don't want these kids out here any more than you have to.
She's trying to keep it moving at the top, so I'm
Yep.
assuming
Yeah, just keep feeding them when they come up.
we know when we know the next
As soon as they
No break for lunch.
good.
That's the way to do it.
All right, thanks.
Instead of meeting in between.
Clear it right now.
Oh, Bruce, you sound like
Hey, Alan. Okay. Oh, how much do I owe you?
Okay, so that's how we're doing that.
Okay.
Alright, these are the next 2. We have Cyrus in 1.
One of
Amber
them.
This is gonna be a little bit slow because racing with co-pilots that
Did you-
that we're gonna
did you-
continue to make some kids down.
Okay, did you tell him how
Okay, the next tee here. We are setting up a car in lane 1. I'll set one up in lane 2, let's hope. And Cyrus Brown, 13, will be, he's from East Community Learning Center. In lane 1, and Andrew DeCamp in lane number 2 from Stowe High School.
Okay.
Stowe, Monroe Falls.
Yeah,
Cyrus started racing in 2019.
John and Waylon are.
Andrew's been racing for 5 years.
They haven't called. You know what I did? John texted me Thursday and told me that he took Amy's car out of the trailer, but I thought he was talking about just the shell. So I go in the trailer and the whole car's out. Yeah, I got in the trailer and her whole car's gone. I'm freaking out because I couldn't find her car or
And the bad part is I responded back to John and said, okay, thanks.
yeah, they're doing pretty good at this running. So as soon as we're done, I'm heading home and jumping the pool.
Okay, we have Cyrus Brown, lane number 1. Andrew DeCamp in lane number 2. It's East versus Stowe.
Okay.
East High had a lot of very famous people went there. Gene Michaels, he was manager of the Yankees.
Yeah, no problem. I'm gonna be in it all day tomorrow.
Gene Woodling played 5 world championships for the Yankees. He went to East High. James Ingram, the great singer, went to East High.
All right, bye.
Dave Thomas went to East High, but nobody knows him.
Alan Indra said hi.
I saw him a couple weeks, like a month ago.
And
He works for Amerigas.
and Andrew DeCamp, he's from Stowe High School. Stowe's had a lot of famous people too. They have had 5 world championships on Derby Downs, and they all went to Stowe High School.
That's my, I call him my.
And they're coming. Cyrus in lane 1, Andrew in lane 3, and it looks like it is. It is Andrew.
Lane is
Andrew
2,
DeCamp
with a
from
time
Stowe High
of
School won that heat.
0.4
Cyrus, thanks a lot for coming.
1 seconds.
We appreciate it. And Andrew moves on.
Somebody else is doing.
So the last time I saw Alan, like, I've never been close to him. Like, we were really close. But he said that, like,
Ready.
everybody in our family, a lot of people in our family, the Will family or the Hardeman or whatever, didn't like that.
Okay, we're putting him on the blocks.
I held my grandma's hand until she took her last breath too, my mom's mom. Well, what was crazy is my dad, it was Labor Day weekend, we had 2 cars coming from Dad and I got an argument the night before. I was like, I'm staying on my mom. He was like, no, you're not. I said, yes, I am. He goes, no, you're gonna go home and get sleep because if you stay here, she's not gonna rest. So finally, I let him convince me not to stay, and now I regretted it for the longest time that I did not stay. And then I got a text the other weekend. My ex-husband had left to go play tennis, and he knew I wanted to be at the hospital at 8 o'clock, so he made plans to go play tennis instead. He was supposed to be ill. So I had to wait for his sister to call me, or call him, and then he would call me to let me know when I could go drop the girls off. So I did not want the girls to go in hospice. It's just, it was at City
Okay,
Hospital.
gang, they are.
That would be their last
Looks like they're ready to go in lane number 2, and lane number 1 is very close to it.
Quarter till 10, he finally calls me. You can drop the girls off at my sister's.
We don't know who's good
So I had to drive. I live in New Franklin. So I had to drive from there my mom's having a crazy moment. I don't know. She said that my aunt and them was told that she had less than 24 hours that they called the whole family up. I said, well, no doctor, my dad didn't call me. So I'm sitting on the side of the road and I compose myself because I have the girls in the back seat and I'm like, I made it from Jackson Township where Emerald Estates is all the way to City Hospital in less than 12 minutes. I did not stop at a stop sign. I did not stop at a red. If the cops were going to pull me over, they were just going to follow
you
me.
to the freaking house.
Yep.
I wouldn't have believed you. I would not have believed you.
We still don't have any idea who
They're
it
still
is.
trying to get people figured out. They were so
Vicky's just,
Well, Jen was like, "There's too many family here," and Vicky's like, "I'll leave."
Vicky goes, who's Peter Thomas?
That's my nephew.
And then she's
There's
like,
too many
DJ.
kids.
And she's like, oh, I'm related to that one.
She's got enough grandkids. She don't need no more.
I'm maxed out at 3.
Hey, I got that.
Like coming home to tell the girls about my mom was
Did it all just happen like so
It is very nice up here today.
for 7 years.
It's about
She had been really sick for 7 years.
68 degrees, nice little breeze.
She made it to Brandon's wedding. She had just got out of
Well, on the bridge, we get a good wind, you know.
Okay, hold on.
Yeah, maybe we'll go up to 72.
Okay, I guess
What year did you graduate, Mark? 76? We'll go up to 76 there. 70 in Kenmore today, fans. It is 76 degrees.
hey, sorry, I don't want to interrupt you, but they're gonna take a 20-minute break for lunch.
Okay, fans, we're sorry to tell you at the moment, but we are going to take a couple-minute break for lunch. Just feed a couple of the volunteers so they have enough energy to get with the rest of it. We're about halfway done with this show. So everybody just go to the bathroom, have a drink, watch the planes fly in.
No, she was doing really, really good. And she made it to Brandon's wedding, the ceremony.
So did she at least get to then go to that?
Yeah. And then 3 weeks later,
Shit all happens.
well, she was in her hospital for 2 weeks.
I remember that she. I know. I remember that she was kind of like shocked with the greatest for a while. And then I remember
So how's the food down there, Mark? Is it okay?
So he got in an argument with Heidi because he liked it.
Oh, good.
He didn't tell him what it was for.
I probably should have done that instead of just sitting up here talking.
Dad's like, you know what? You're my son. I love you no matter what. But I can't have this,
85?
especially in an apartment complex when there's.
Oh, fries. Yeah, they look good.
You didn't tell me, and you're supposed to be.
Oh, no, thanks.
Yes, and he'll lose his place.
Oh, okay. All right.
So it was bad.
Yeah.
And he was like, and
They aren't.
you told me that you moved out of state or whatever, and you were calling me and stuff.
I think we still have about 10 minutes.
What was going on? So I get a phone call and I'm available. Take it. We're going on the weekends over to Doylestown. Meets the girls and I, because I have friends that live in that complex too. And we're going over there for bonfires. They in the middle of the complex in the parking lot. They have this little bonfire thing, and they kept inviting us to come over. So I asked Lance if he wanted to go with me a few times. He wouldn't go with me. So I'm like, okay, whatever. So my friend Brent's like, well, he gave me a key
also good for when I have extra overtime money, just to go out. No, just to go out and put 1,000 down for a brand new car.
You're not sleeping on the job?
Never.
Are you joking?
I'm not joking. I never sleep on the job. I really can't. I'm on the cameras all the time.
Okay, fans, we are ready to start again. I hope everybody's nice and full. We'd like to thank our sponsors, Marco's Pizza, and the drinks and everything else. And thank you very much, the guys. Okay, we are close. Lane number 1, Jaden Webb. He's 11 years old from Schropp School, 4th grader. He's raced 3 years. He got 3rd in 2019. John says I'm too loud. He don't like hearing me. And in lane number 2 is Camden Yost, 4th grader, Widmer School, right over here in Ellett. He's the one that likes Dad's chicken noodle soup. That's his favorite food. His hero is his dad. And he is super smart, and they're underneath, and it is
Winning
Camden
lane
Yost.
two.
Lane number 2
A
won
time
that
of
one over Jaden Webb.
0.901 seconds.
Okay, we're back to the winner's side. We have we have
Ready.
the top 8 in the winner's bracket. And
Anybody got a walkie-talkie on the bridge?
Yeah. Yes. Yes, we do.
Hey, have somebody unplug the talking for the timer. Okay, never mind, forget it. Never mind, just forget it.
Okay. Brody and Phelan are next. Brody, Brian, and Phelan.
okay, our next heat is Ronnie Rome. Is that who it is? Ronnie Rome in lane 1. Phelan Wilt in lane 2. Phelan is 7 years old. Ronnie is 8. We have clear and run out. Ronnie Rome. His hero's his mother, and he likes rock stars. And pizza and tacos he likes. So he should have had a nice lunch. Okay, gang, the wind is still blowing from the west to the east. I can see that. The flags are going real, heading towards the Heisman Lodge, which no one else would want to head over to the Heisman Lodge. We might not be running this heat. Hang on, fans. We aren't positive. We thought it was Ronnie Rome and Phelan Wilt, but it might be somebody else. We'd sure like to thank the co-drivers up there. They're doing a great job today. All of our co-drivers, most of them are Akron local kids. I know one of them's that real big kid from Cleveland. He's already the Cleveland champion for 2021. My buddy Zach Hiller. We're changing heats, fan. We're going to be putting someone else in the cars. And as soon as I find out, I'll let you guys know down here at the bottom of the hill. We're all excited. We were going to do the wave. The only trouble was the other side of the track doesn't have any wave. Okay. All right, here we go. It's Justin Rhoda from Norwayne Middle School in lane 1 and Isaiah Campbell in lane 2. Justin's 8th grade at Norwayne. He's got a brother, got a sister. They're triplets. How do you like that? That's pretty good. We've had some twins win the All-America, but we've never had triplets. So here we go. Justin in lane 1, Isaiah in lane 2. Isaiah's been first, and second. He's as good as Carly Murphy from Rochester, New York. And here they come down the line. It looks like it's fairly close, 2 green cars, but it does look like in lane number 2.
The winning
Isaiah
lane
Campbell.
is 2 with a time of
Just won that heat.
0.355 seconds.
Okay, we're waiting to hear who's next. We're all excited here, fans, on the bridge that was built by the county back in 2000. We had a brand new bridge. We moved it 30 feet down from the old finish line. That's why the cars aren't quite as
Ready.
fast time-wise as they used to be.
Still waiting to hear. Sorry.
Okay. The big building up here on the left, that was the Heisman Lodge. They call that Shorty's Mansion because Shorty built it in 1934. It was the first thing on this park. And then second was Derby Downs, and third was the Rubber Bowl. Here we are, fans, in the next one. Back to Ronnie Rome and Phelan Wilt. Ronnie is in lane 1, second grader at Spring Hill, and Phelan Wilt is first grade at West Park Elementary. She has a cat. Ronnie's got Sadie. I assume Sadie's a dog. Unless he had a turtle. I had a turtle once. Didn't move very fast. Okay, gang, they are off and running. Ronnie in lane number 1. Phelan and Wilt in lane number 2. Two real youngsters coming down. This is probably about their first year. Both of them, it is. One of them's going to go on to the next round. And what is it right now? Looks pretty close as they're hitting the tunnel. Maybe lane 1 has a little bit of an advantage. Phelan Wilt. And, it's still fairly close as they're getting towards the bottom. Here we go, fans.
The winning lane is 1 with a time of 0.
Lane 1, Ronnie Rome.
0.036 seconds.
0.026. That was the second closest heat we've had today. Good job, Phelan. Okay, you'll still be racing.
Ready.
Okay, the next heat on the blocks. They haven't got on the blocks yet, but they're getting there. They're going to get a couple cars and bring them down here. Michael Baum, 13 years old from Mogador. He is in lane 1. And Peter Thomas Wilt is in lane 2. He has 3 dogs and 2 cats. He only has 1 brother and a sister, but he's got more animals than he's got siblings. And Peter Thomas Wilt, he likes pink. That's his favorite color. He likes cheeseburgers. And he's Scooby-Doo is his favorite TV show. The run out is clear. We just need somebody in the cars at top. Lane 1, Michael Baum. In lane 1 at 13 years old. And lane 2, Peter Thomas Wilt, 10 years old. He is one of the 35 great-grandkids that Ed has. Yeah, Ed finds them every weekend. And here they're off and running. Michael in lane 1, Peter in lane 2. When the Wilts and Harmons have a picnic, they all have to have name tags so they know who each other is. There's so many of them. All right, fans, they are down close to the tunnel, and it looks pretty close again. This is the second heat in a row we've had that's a real closey, and that's really good. And it's coming down the stretch, maybe lane 1 a little bit, but it's pretty close. What do you think?
The winning lane is 1 with a time of 0.069.
Third
seconds.
closest heat of the day, Michael Baum in lane number 1. Just won that heat over Peter Thomas Wilt.
Ready.
Okay, gang. Here's the next heat. Connor Yost, 12 years old, 6th grade at Bridges, racing Andrew D. Camp, 18 years old, a 12th grader at Stowe Monroe Falls High School, home of 5 world champions. Stowe. Andrew has raced 5 years. He placed fourth back in 2015. Connor has raced 4 years, and he got a fourth place in 2016. His favorite teacher is Mrs. Poundstone. Okay. Andrew likes the game of bowling, and he loves swimming as a sport. Connor likes the game of tickles, whatever that is. I'll have to play that with my girlfriend next time. And his favorite sport's jumping on a trampoline. Don't tell my wife I said that, though. Okay, gang, it's Connor Yost in lane number 1, Andrew DeCamp in lane number 2. And they're off to a third of the way down the hill. Looks pretty close from here. Maybe lane 2 might be just an inch or so ahead, but it's pretty close. Oh, lane 1 is doing a little driving different, and here, lane 1 is coming right back. Look at that.
The winning lane is 1.
Lane
State time
1.014.
0.
Connor
Point
Yost won that
0.
one in the
1,
closest race
4
of today.
seconds.
That's in the Challengers. Okay, Andrew, thank you very much for racing. We sure appreciate it, and we'll see you at the banquet. I can't wait for that. It's always a lot of good food. Thank you, Andrew.
Make sure you say this is Andrew's
Ready.
last year. We appreciate all the years he's raced with us.
This is Andrew's last year. That was the last time down the hill. So I hope he comes back and maybe helps us. He can do some volunteering or whatever. But, Andrew, we sure appreciate all the years that you've raced. You did a great job. 5 years of racing on this hill. Super job, Andrew. Thank you very much.
Trying to figure out who's next.
Okay, we have there's 4 of us here on the bridge that are deciding all this, and 3 of us all have Hall of Famers. My dad was in the Hall of Fame. Denise's dad was in the Hall of Fame. Cheyenne's grandpa's in the Hall of Fame. We're pretty lucky up here. This is the Hall of Fame section of the Derby track, I guess. Right, Denise? You're in the Budweiser Hall of Fame.
This is the next one, but I think they're trying to get them fully loaded.
Okay, it might be a couple minutes because we got to get the cars done. But in our very next heat will be Bobby Curry, 16 years old at Stowe Monroe Falls High School, racing Sarah Memberg, also 16, and at Medina High School over there in Medina County. It's home of the great Brandon Pleverus. You guys don't know him. Don't worry about it. It's all right. I work with him. He never misses. We're still in the Challengers, fans, so whoever wins this keeps going on, and whoever doesn't, we wish them very well, and we'll see them at the banquet. And we know the banquet's always great at Guys. And we're doing a little coloring over here on the heat sheet. It's looking very nice. So Denise is texting here on my left, and Cheyenne's just laughing on my right. So we're getting getting excited about all this right now. Anyhow, there's cars up there. I don't know if they're in them yet, but we got Bobby Curry in lane number 1, 16 years old, and Sarah Memberg in Medina High School, also 16 years old. Bobby likes peanut butter and jelly. I like peanut butter cups, but not peanut butter sticks to me too much. You know?
Okay, they want you to announce the picnic that they're having tomorrow in the upcoming
Okay, where's it? Right here?
Yeah, it's at the Green
Okay.
Book.
Oh.
And they want you to admit.
Okay, All right, gang. Anyhow, listen, we're having a family and volunteer picnic tomorrow, Sunday, June 6th, from 2 to 4 at the Greater Akron Motorcycle Club, right at the bottom of Smith Hill. Just bring a covered dish to share, and you can go fishing and everything. It's a great place, right down by the roundabout, right there at the bottom of Smith Hill. And we got them on the ramp, Bobby Curry in lane 1, Sarah Memberg in lane 2, and it's pretty close. They're hitting the tunnel here. Could be the yellow car in lane number 2. It's getting real close to see. Let's see what happens. And it is. It's lane
winning
number 2,
lane
Sarah
is
Memberg
2.
of Medina
State
High School,
time of
driving the yellow B, just like she
0.3,
is in high school.
9 seconds. Ready.
All right, not only because of that we're having the family and volunteer picnic tomorrow at the motorcycle club, but on June 16th, 10 days from today, Wednesday, we will be having the awards banquet at Guy's Party Center. Each racer, co-pilot, and one adult chaperone receives a complimentary ticket. If you want another ticket, if you want to bring your wife, your girlfriend, or your mother, or whoever, that's you can do that also, and that's $13. We sure appreciate it. Hopefully you'll come. It's a great event at the awards banquet every year. Somebody needs to wake up Cheyenne. She's a little tired today.
Ian is going to be, give it a minute before you start announcing it. Ian's in 1, Alex is in 2. Yeah, no, I just told him. Oh, gotcha, okay. Yeah, Ian Alanis. Alanis. I think that's how it's pronounced, and then L is
See it in my head still hard. Okay, we're clear to run out. They're starting to put them in at the top of the hill. Ian Alanitz, 16 years old from Talmadge Middle School in lane 1. And he is racing Alex Baum, 10 years old from Mogador, Ohio, home of the Wildcats. Yeah, and our Grand Parade Marshal today graduated from Talmadge. We won't say what year because it was a rock diploma they gave him, but it's okay. He graduated. We were quite happy. He was 25. Okay, fans, up. The wave will no longer be on the east side of the track anymore. They just left. And here they're coming, and it's another close one, gang, between Ian and Alex. And
The winning lane is 2 with a
lane
time of
2.
0.100.
Lane 2.
seconds.
Alex Baum won that one over Ian, and he won that by a point of 100. That was really close.
Oh, here it is. She's not. Thank you. Okay, just be
Ready.
Okay, sports fans, it looks like the wind's changing a little bit. It's not going quite as west to east. It looks like it's going down the hill a little bit. So the bigger kids might have a little more of a chance now with the wind going down the hill. Okay, we're clear at run out. Who is in the next heat? Okay, we're getting ready for the next heat here. They've Got them pretty much lined up in lane number 2. Oh, somebody just picked something off the track up there. That's good. Keep the track clean. Clean track is a happy track. Okay. In lane 1, Aiden Volk from Stowe High School, 11th grade. Aiden's been racing 5 years. He likes yellow hot dogs. Okay, and in lane number 2, Sydney Hammer from Barberton Middle School, the Purple Magics right there, 7th grade. And Aiden in lane 1, Sydney in lane 2. Okay. All right, we're still in the Challengers, fans. So,
I think our volunteers. Hold on, wait, hold on. Wait, who? Oh, the food truck.
food truck. We'd like to thank the food truck out there.
Mobile Media.
Vicky's Mobile Media. We really like to thank the food truck, and they had excellent food. Mark Richards told me that it was the best food he's had all week. Sorry, Leslie. All right, it was great. Oh, okay, there we go. Okay. Okay, we have in this race that we're in the Challengers bracket, Aiden versus Sydney. It's Stowe versus Barberton. That's what I like. The big time cities.
Jennifer said it's been a while since you thanked all the sponsors.
Okay, all right. I need to thank the sponsors again while we're waiting for this heat, and I'll be glad to do that. And, of course, here we are, the race day sponsors. Greater Akron Motorcycle Club right there at the bottom of Smith Hill. Liberty Ford out of Maple Heights. The Colsar family that are really big in Derby. Guys Party Center and Michelle Communications. And then we got a bunch of car sponsors. The House of Thunder Speed Shop. Dayton Freight. Brent Strand Roofing. Talmadge Automotive. The Ravenna Moose Lodge. The Knights of Columbus of Akron, Kingdom Knights, and the Cuyahoga Falls Moose Lodge 918. I'd like to thank all those sponsors. And we've even had some in-kind sponsors. Bruce Hunsinger, Ed Harmon. Oh, they're on their way. Okay, we're done with sponsors. Now we're going. Okay, fans, here we go. Aiden in lane 1, Sydney in lane 2. It's Stowe versus Barberton. They're coming down to about a third of the way. Now they're hitting the tunnel. It looks like maybe lane 1's got a little bit of advantage. Lane 2's doing the butt blast, trying to catch up with them, and it'll be real close. And it is lane number 1.
Is
Aiden Volk
with a time of
won that.
0.1
And Sydney, thanks for coming. We hope to see you at the banquet.
seconds.
And we appreciate you've raced for 4 years, and we want to see you back next year. Thanks a lot, Sydney.
ready.
Okay, fans, what's the next one?
I don't know. Okay, that's good. I don't don't say that. Hey, where are we going?
Okay, fans, they're on the hill.
Connor's in one, Peter's in two.
All right, here we go. We got Connor Yost in lane number 1, Peter Thomas Wilt in lane number 2. And they're hitting the halfway point. It looks pretty close. What do you think, judges? It's looking pretty good. They're hitting the tunnel now, and it's still a pretty close race. Maybe lane 1, maybe a fraction out ahead, but it's pretty close. Oh, no, wait, lane 2 is catching up. Lane 2 won
The
that
winning
one.
lane is
Fans.
2.
Peter Thomas
A time
Wilt,
of
lane number 2, pulled that one out
0.1
right over
6
Connor. It was a
6
close one.
seconds.
Thank Connor for racing with us. For
All right, Connor, thank you for racing with us. You did a great job in the last 4 years. We hope to see you next year, and we'll see you at the banquet on June 16th.
trying to figure out who's next in the blocks. Do you know who's next in the blocks?
Ready.
Ready.
Where are you going with this, Beth?
I'm not sure.
Clear it run out, clear it run out.
I don't know who's going to the blocks.
Copy.
It looks like they have to split. Any clue yet?
Okay, fans, who are we putting in the blocks now? We are getting down there now. We're getting down to about the top 8. Looks like it. We got about 4 in the winner's bracket and trying to get 4 in the challengers. Oh, they're off and running. Here they go. Lane number 1 is a red car.
Sarah Menberg in one.
Sarah Menberg in 1 and Case Phelan Wilt in 2. Sarah Menberg in lane number 1. Phelan Wilt in lane number 2. Right from here, they're hitting the tunnel. Now they're into the main stretch. It does look like it's Sarah in lane number
The
1.
winning lane
Wins
is
that one.
1 with a time of 0.
Lane 1 is Sarah.
461.
Phelan, thank you
Seconds.
very much for racing. We hope to see you next year. I know it's your first year, and you're one of the 35 great grandkids of the great Ed Harmon. So thank you very much, and we'll see you at the banquet.
Ready.
I race Super Kids? Did you know I race Super Kids?
Yeah, I think I remember that you did.
Yeah.
At least with what you couple
I won.
years. Oh, you won it?
Yeah.
With the Akron?
I won the Akron local race.
And then you,
What's it called again? Like a year or two later.
and David, he won the whole thing, didn't
He
he?
won the world
Yeah, the
Super
super.
Kids, yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
Where's he at now?
Up at topside somewhere? Or what is he doing with his life?
Is he? Yeah.
No, not really. He works, but that's all he does. Still lives at home.
Okay, we're clear it run out. Now, as soon as we get a couple cars, looks like we have a car in lane number 2. Not sure who's going in it, but
Oh, I don't even know who's in yet. They're still trying to figure it out.
they got a car in lane 2. We need a car in lane 1, and then we'll figure out who's going to be in the cars. Yeah. It's hard to believe that these grandstands now are 22 years old, and the bridge is now 21 years old. And Grandpa Harmon is at 87 years old, but it's okay. He raced here back in the 40s. Yeah, windshield so he could see going down.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it sure has. Got it. Okay. Alright.
Okay, fans, we're doing real well here at this famous facility. I would say the biggest crowd we ever had here was probably 1962. The silver anniversary, 25 years of racing derbies. We had 60,000 people in those stands. They all came to see Bonanza. Bonanza was here, the three of the four of them. And old Paul, Lauren Green himself, won the oil can. Then later that day, the final heat was lane number 1, Teddy Morrow. Lane number 2, David Mann from Gary, Indiana. And lane number 3, Akron's own Mark Corden. Mark was supposed to win that race. He came down at about 100 feet down the hill. He scraped the guardrail. And David Mann from Indiana won the race. And he ended up in my wedding. So if Mark wouldn't have scraped the guardrail, I wouldn't know who had had my wedding. Okay, fans, we're ready for another heat. I'm excited. Aiden Volk in lane number 1 from Stowe High School. Racing Jaden Webb from Springfield. He's in 4th grade at Schropp. So we have 11-year-old versus an 18-year-old. That's pretty good difference. Aiden's been racing 5 years, since 2015. This is Jaden's 3rd year already. This is Aiden's last year with us. He's going to go join the Army and then become a general. Okay, we're ready here on the bridge, and we hope they're ready at the starting line. It looks like it pretty close. Looks like lane 1, they're maybe still helping Aiden get in the car a little bit and talking to him, and we should be off and running because Cheyenne's got to go take a nap, so we got to hurry up and get this done. He's yawning.
I'm always tired.
Okay, they're off and running. Aiden in lane number 1, Jaden in lane number 2. This is a challengers bracket here. Whoever wins goes on and keeps going, and maybe will be our 2021 champion in Akron, Ohio. Oh, and it looks like from here, it looks like lane 1 has got an advantage a little bit. Lane 2's trying to do the butt blast to get back in there, and it's a green car, and it is
The winning
Aiden
lane
Volk
is 1.
of Stowe,
Daytime
Ohio, won that
0.47
heat. Jaden, thanks a lot for racing with us, and we will see you
seconds.
at the banquet, and let's hope you keep on racing. Okay. By the way, we'd sure like to thank First Energy as our big national sponsor for the All-American. They've been with us about 5-6 years, and they're going to continue for the next 3 or 4 that we know of at least, and hopefully more than that. They've been quite generous and helped us keep this thing on a really great race.
Scott, it's Rich. We're clear to run out and have them check the brakes on the Mitchell Communications car, please. Sure thing. Thank you. You're welcome. Copy. The Mitchell car needs a brake. We just looked at it.
Okay, we're back to the winner side of it. Isaiah in lane number 1, Isaiah Campbell versus Michael Baum. Michael's 13, Isaiah's 12. Isaiah goes to Summit Academy Community School in Warren. Wow, we had a world champion from Warren way back in the 1940s, Donnie Strube. He was a great guy. He just passed away this last summer. It was very sad, but Donnie was a good guy. He was the world champion in 1948. Okay, fans, Michael Baum, 7th grade, Mogador High School.
148.
That's what I said. Donnie Strube. He was from Warren. Actually lived in Newton Falls, zip code 444444. Okay, gang, here we go. Isaiah in lane number 1, Michael in lane number 2. They're coming and hitting the third of the way, and it looks pretty close from here. They're both driving real straight. That's good. Just keep it going. Now they're hitting the tunnel, and it's still fairly close. Maybe lane 1 has a little bit of advantage, but not very much. Lane 2's trying to do the butt blast, trying to catch up, and oh, man, look at that. That is close.
The winning lane is 1 with a time of
Lane 1,
0.
Isaiah Campbell.
0.
At .065. That's the third
seconds.
closest race of the day. Good job, Isaiah. And Michael, you're still running.
Got it. Thank you. Thank you. Alright, so next up is this is the last heat. Well, don't say that, but we're going back to the Alex Vaughn and Justin Rhoda. Alex Vaughn, Justin.
Ready.
Yeah, Alex Vaughn's in one.
This is Okay, fans, we're back to the challenger side again. We'll keep flip-flopping. In lane number 1, Alex Baum, 10 years old from Mogador. Racing Justin Rhoda, 14 years old from Norwayne Middle School. Norwayne's way down there in Wayne County, I think. Home of Dean Chance, a famous baseball player. In Mogador, they had a lot of famous people. Chucky Moore was one of their most famous when he guided them to the state title back in about 96 in football. Went on and played for Mount Union. Clear it, run out.
Copy that.
Lane 1, Alex Baum, 10 years old. Lane 2, Justin Rhoda. What are we looking at down there? Nobody's stealing my car, are they? Worried about my car.
I'll be right back. Okay?
Come on, babe. It's gonna roll right into the.
What is it? A piece of paper?
It'll be fine. It should be fine. It's just a little wrapper.
Oh, don't worry about it. Because our kids are so good. And plus, it's running. Okay, fans, here we go. Alex Bauman, lane number 1. Justin Rhoda in lane number 2. Alex has the bright yellow car. Justin has the white car. Maybe it's green. Yes, it is. I was having a hard time seeing that. Okay, and they're at the tunnel, and it's still pretty close. Looks like maybe lane 1's got a little bit of advantage as they're coming across, and it is
The winning
lane
lane
number
is
1.
1.
Alex
A time
Baum
of
from Mogador.
0.161
The other guy's done.
seconds.
Justin's are fun racing.
And we'd like to thank Justin for racing today, and we hope to see him at the banquet on June 16th at Guy's Party Center. Justin, thanks a lot. Well, you raced 3 years. I hope you get to race another one, buddy.
Ready.
Thanks a lot. Maybe you can get your 2 triplets racing too.
All right, we're switching back to the winner's side again.
Okay, we're back to the winner side again.
Camden, no. Yeah, Camden's one.
Okay, we're back to the winner side, and in this one, lane 1, Camden. Clear run out. Lane number 1, Camden Yost. Lane number 2, Ronnie Rome. This will decide who else is in the final heat of the winner's bracket. We already have one of them. Now this will give us the other one. They will be in the top 3 in the whole race. Right now we got the white car versus the red one. And Camden's in lane 1, Ronnie's in lane 2, and they're hitting the tunnel, and it looks pretty close. And real close here. Boy, this one, they are right on the money, both of them. Look like it. Whoa.
Winning lane is 2.
Lane
time
2, Ronnie Rome just won that heat.
0.15.
Camden,
8
you're still
seconds.
racing. Good job.
Well, at least
Ready.
okay. Any idea? Oh yeah, you're right. Okay.
Third run out, third run out. Copy that.
We technically only have what, 6 people left? Is that it? Did you take Ronnie? Oh no, you give him back to me. Sorry. Okay. So Ronnie and Isaiah studio raced. So we're at 8, really. No, it's the top 8. So we're not gonna announce it, but we're gonna. Are we announcing that we're running off for 5th, 6th, or no? Sorry. Here, I can wipe it off if you want. Stop going. I didn't want it to spill everywhere. Wait, so did you say we are or we were not? I'm sorry. We're not announcing that we're running off for 5th, 6th? Okay. Got it. There you go.
Okay.
Okay, we're ready up here, coming at you. We're clear at the bottom.
Okay, gang, we are back racing again. Sarah Memberg, 16 of Medina High School, lane number 1, racing Aiden of Oak of Stowe High School, 18 years old. So we got two real veterans in here now. They've been racing for 3 and 5 years, and it's pretty close. It looks like lane 1's a little bit to the right here. I'm not sure what their strategy is, but it does look like it's working. I think they're going to win.
The winning lane is 1.
Lane
time
1,
of
Sarah Memberg goes
0.0
on, and
9
Aiden Vogt.
2
Thank you very much for
seconds.
racing, Aiden, and you did a great job. And we'll see you at the banquet on June 16th.
That was Aiden's last time down the hill.
And that was Aiden's last time down the hill, so thank you very much. You did a great job all the years, and sure hope you had fun, and we appreciate it.
Ready.
Peter's in 1, Alex is in 2.
Okay, we have a couple 10-year-olds racing this one. Peter Thomas Wilt, lane number 1. One of Grandpa's 35 great-grandkids. And racing Alex Baum, also 10 years old, of Mogador, Ohio. You're both in the
Run out, clear it, run out.
clear it run out.
Copy.
Peter likes cheeseburgers. His uncle Ben, he likes cheeseburgers. Okay, fans, here we go. Peter Thomas Wilt in lane number 1 versus Alex Baum in lane number 2. Here they go. It looks like now we're hitting the tunnel. It could be lane number 1. Lane number 2 needs to get it a buck blast. Whoa, there we
The
go.
winning lane is
Peter Thomas
1.
Wilt with the
a
pink
time
car
of
just won that one.
0.4 2
Alex Baum,
9
thank you for racing with us.
seconds.
We'll see you at Guy's Party Center on June 16th, and hope you'll be back next year. Thanks a lot, buddy.
Thank you.
Okay, fans, we don't have too many more to go. We are getting down to the nitty-gritty.
Ready.
We are down here, fans. We're down to the top 6 now. Is that right? We sure are. We have 6 people left in this race.
Oh, yes, this loser to 502.
Clear it, run out. We're gonna send 4 cars and all the kids. Copy that. One of the cars that just went down, lose their brake pad. I think that was earlier. Hold on.
I don't see one. Okay, gang, we are down to the top 6.
We just checked all 4 cars. They all have pads. Yeah, well, we just found one losing in the middle of the starting line. That's why I asked. Wow.
That was Joey Lund's back in 52, Bruce. That's the one you found up there at starting line. Joey didn't have any brake in 52.
What are you doing up there? Do they need help? We got it handled up here. All right, all these have pads on them. I mean, they still need check, but they all have pads on them.
That's good. Okay, our next heat probably should be.
I think we're gonna do. Hold on. It's gonna be one of the two.
Right, yeah. Whichever one they put in, whichever one they. Right. Okay, it looks like by the way that I'm looking at it, we have 5 boys and 1 girl left in this race. Cheyenne's rooting for the girl. That's what she just told us. Yep. 2 boys on the winner's side, 3 boys on the challenger side. Okay, fans, that wind's coming down the hill. It's good for the big kid again. All right, fans, we are getting close to getting ready. We have 4 on the challenger side, 2 on the winner's side. So we're down to the top 6. So the 2 that win this will be in the top 4. The 2 that don't will be 5, 6. Okay, we're in challengers, and we're getting them set up now. Lane number 1, Peter Thomas Wilt in lane number 1 versus Camden Yost. Camden goes to Windmere over here in Ellett. Camden is 9 years old. One of them will be in the top 4. One of them will be for 5th and 6th. So All right, we got Peter in lane number 1, Camden in lane number 2. Peter's hero is Mario. Camden's hero is his dad. And here they go off and running. It's pretty close. They're hitting the third of the way point. Now they're coming into the tunnel. And it's still a pretty close race. Looks like lane 1's maybe kicking ahead a little bit. Could be. It could be Peter Thomas Wilt in lane number 1, and it's going across, and there it
The winning
is,
lane
number
is
1.
1 with a time of 0.237 seconds.
Connor will race off for
Okay.
56.
Camden.
Or Camden.
Camden Yost will race off for 5th and 6th. Peter Thomas Wilt is in the top 4 now.
Tops. It was 0.237.
Ready.
So he's gonna go. So. Yeah. Now we're doing Sarah and Michael, right? Okay. Sarah's in 1. Michael's in 2.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. The other semifinal bracket in the challenger side. Lane number 1, Sarah Memberg. Lane number 2, Michael Baum. Sarah's 16, Medina High School. Michael's 13 at Mogador. Okay, Sarah wants to be a doctor. She has an outgoing personality and wants to be everybody's friend. That's what I said when I ran for politics. I want to be everybody's friend. Okay, and Michael Baum, his hero is Grandma Wright, Gigi. That's what he calls her, Gigi. And they're off and running. Lane number 1, Sarah Memberg. Lane number 2, Michael Baum. Here we go. They're coming down the stretch a little bit, and it looks fairly close from here. Now they're getting into too close to the tunnel. Does look like maybe lane number 1 stepping out a little bit in the lead. Got it coming up, though. Lane number 2 is catching up, and it
The
is.
winning lane is 1.
Lane number
A
1,
time of
Sarah Memberg.
0.134
We still have a girl in the race. Michael will be racing for
seconds.
5th and 6th. Good job, Michael. Good job, Sarah.
Thank you.
So Peter will race Sarah now.
If I had a guess,
Ready.
but I'm not 100% sure.
Okay. We are down now, fans, to 1, 2, 3. We only have about 4 heats to go in this thing, fans, and the crowds will be diminishing probably, you know. We'll probably have to open Arlington Street and send them both ways. That's what they did back in the 60s. After the All-American was over, everybody shot out of here and all the streets went one way. Barney Fife is down by Strickland's. But wait a minute, he's getting ice cream. He's not directing traffic. Any of you that know Barney Fife?
Clear it right out. Pilots on the way up.
He's my hero. I love Barney Fife. Born July 21st, 1925, Barney Fife. Mr. Don Knotts.
So are we doing the 56 now, or are we doing 43 or 44? So we're doing Ronnie and Isaiah?
Okay, we're going to be doing the championship of the winners bracket next, and that is Ronnie and Isaiah. Ronnie's in 1, Isaiah's in 2. Ronnie Rome, 8 years old, Spring Hill School. I think LeBron might have gone there for a little while. And anyhow, Isaiah Campbell in lane number 2, Summit Academy of Community School in Warren, Ohio, home of Donnie Strube. Right, Bruce?
Ronnie and
Well, nobody's at the starting line. We might change our mind on that, but that's who's left in the winners bracket, are those two. And then we have two in the losers or challengers bracket. We're waiting for confirmation. It's just like when you go to the doctor.
Can you drop Jaden off at behind the bleachers? Can you drop Jaden off behind the bleachers?
Sean, why aren't you out there directing this stuff?
All right, we'd sure like to thank all the sponsors today and all year on helping it. By the way, this is the first legitimately regular race, not counting the rallies, but the first real race we have had on this hill in almost 2 years. The All-American in 19 was the last one we had. So we're very happy to welcome the Super Kids today to the first race on the brand new track, on the brand new surface here in 2021.
Jaden on there.
Well, no, she volunteered.
Driver or
Right here, and nobody else was offering to be present.
Jaden on the back. Racer.
We're really happy what John Harmon did today. He set up the timer for us. We appreciate that. And he came here before noon even. It was really nice to see him show up.
No, on the bus.
Usually he's asleep in the bathtub.
Your wife won't let you sleep in a bed, huh, John?
On the bus. Kenny, did you drop them off? Okay, I see that's his brother. I mean his uncle. Okay, thank you.
He would not doubt that.
Okay, fans, we're getting close to ready here. We got 1, 2, 3, 4 heats to go. Well, looks like they're putting a car in the starting blocks. This is just like that other big race they're having today, by the way. Does anybody know what other race is going on today? The Belmont. Oh, Mark's not a big gambler. He doesn't know that, you know. They threw out the Kentucky Derby winner, so he didn't care. Yeah, the Belmont Stakes, Baltimore, Maryland, will be running today. Oh, okay. Well, you know, you got to be diversified. You know, that's what it is. Okay, gang. What, Cheyenne, who is it in there? Is it Ronnie and Isaiah? Okay, this is the Winners Bracket Championship. Whoever wins this is in the top 2. And the other person is in the top 3. Ronnie Rome in lane number 1 and Isaiah Campbell in lane number 2. 2 boys fighting it out. One's 8, one's 12. Both of them's hero is their mother. That's pretty nice. We're hearing Cheyenne's life story here on the bridge as we're waiting for this heat. And they're off and running. Lane number 1, Ronnie Rome. Lane number 2, Isaiah Campbell. They're off here as the Winners Bracket Championship. The winner of this will be one of the top 2. the challenger of this will be one of the top three. They could come back and run each other again twice. Let's see what happens. It looks like coming down the stretch. It looks like the green car over the orange car, and it is lane number one.
Winning
Ronnie
lane
Rome
is
from
one.
Spring Hill.
A time of
8 years old.
0.
Just won the winner's bracket.
3. Ready.
Over Isaiah. Isaiah, you're still in the race.
Oh, down here, right?
Yep, right there. Yep. What do you think, John? Rubber Bowl looks pretty bad. Who's the guy on the field? He's down on the. Thanks for coming, ladies.
I don't know if we're doing the loser to fourth. I don't know if we're doing or fifth and sixth. She called them both, but she's trying to figure out who is coming
Who's up here first? Okay.
Jim wants you to thank all the volunteers that have still stuck around. We appreciate
We'd sure like to thank all the volunteers that have helped us all day today, the guys at the run-out area,
Cars, kids on the way.
the motorcycle gangs down there at the bottom, the ones at the top of the hill, all the other volunteers, everybody from Linda Wild on down. We sure appreciate all of you guys helping out. Nobody gets paid here. They all do that because of the love of the Derby and the love of the kids. And it's a great thing.
Tell Iowa he lives in a protected world without a gang. It is the motorcycle club.
Motorcycle club, I'm sorry. Not gang, motorcycle club, each one of them. And it's very nice. I've been to the one at the bottom of Smith Road. That's the only one they've let me go to.
You can come tomorrow for the picnic.
Thanks. I live close enough. I could do that. All right, gang. We sure do. We sure appreciate all the help all you guys have done. It's great.
All right. I still don't know who's coming down.
Okay. We don't know who's coming down, but we know who's left.
They're waiting on some kids to get up. They're still down at the end of the track. So it's gonna be a minute. I think they're in the truck. Or they're on their way up. I don't know. Maybe it just pulled up there. The bus just got up there.
Okay, gang, we are getting close to the end. We need to run the 5th and 6th place heat. And in that heat, it will be
No, I was just saying, if we're kind of. I think
Okay, gang, I did find out we are going to race for 5th and 6th, and then we're going to race for the top 4. Anyhow, in lane number 1, running for 5th place is Camden Yost, 9 years old from Windmere School. And he is racing Michael Baum from Mogador, 13 years old. He got 4th and he got a 1st. And Camden, this is his first year, so he did very well. We sure appreciate all the volunteers there is, from the top of the hill, taking the cars off trailers and all, to the starting line, to the concession stand, to the bridge, to the great guys in the run-out area. We sure appreciate all of you. And I know a lot of you have done this for quite a few years. Like I said, this is like a 41st annual, except we didn't have an annual last year. So 41st minus 1, right, John? Oh, it's too complicated. John went to Stowe.
I've never met her, but I know her.
Okay, gang, we are getting ready for 5th and 6th place. Camden in lane number 1, Michael in lane number 2. They're coming at me right now. They're hitting the quarter of the way down the hill. It looks pretty close from here. They're driving real straight right down the middle of the lanes. Now they're hitting the tunnel. It does look like maybe lane number 1 might be pulling out a little bit to advantage, but lane 2's trying to kick right back in there, and they're close. There it is.
The winning lane is
Lane 1, Camden
Take
Yost,
time
5th
of
place
0.
in the 2021
6
Akron
3
Super Kids
seconds.
Classic. Congratulations. Camden got 5th and Michael Baum got 6th. Great job, both of you. I want to see you back here next year. Great job, kids. 5th and 6th place.
Ready.
We don't know if they've come back up yet, so hold on for a minute until you announce it.
I like real good jeans, especially like, yeah, and I have pretty women in it with Okay, fans, we are getting excitedly ready to run off for the top four as soon as we can. Okay, fans, we only have 3 races to go. We have this that places for the 3rd and 4th positions, and then 2nd and 3rd positions, and then 1 and 2 positions. Okay, in this, it should be Peter Thomas Wilt in lane number 1, Sarah Memberg in lane number 2 from Medina High School. She's 16. Peter Thomas Wilt, he's only 10. Okay, fans, looks like we're getting just about ready to start this. Peter Thomas Wilt in lane number 1, Sarah Memberg in lane number 2. Peter's 10, Sarah's 16. Sarah's the only female in the top 4. Let's see how well she can do. She could be another Karen Stead. Okay, it looks pretty close to being ready.
I think the front one's starting to load them up, but I don't think they have a car in lane two. Not to come out. See more than one, I just don't see it first. Oh, now they're hitting it. I see it now. What do you got?
You wait for it again, you might be dead. You might go and die by the time you bring someone down.
Jeez, don't jinx us.
No, I'm trying not.
They're off. Said they're off. So this is Peter and Sarah.
Okay, they're off. Peter in lane number 1, Sarah in lane number 2. This is for third and fourth place, and to get in the top 3, they advance again. We have 4 cars left. And right now they're hitting the tunnel. It's looking pretty good at lane number 1. Peter is pulling out ahead. Sarah's trying her best at it, and it's close.
The
Oh.
winning lane is 1 with a time
And Peter
0.
Thomas Wilt won that in lane number 1.
2 seconds. Ready.
Alright, so Sarah pretty much placed fourth then.
Okay, Sarah Memberg just got 4th place. Congratulations, Sarah. Great job today. You did the best of all the gals in the race. Super job. All right, now Peter will go on and race Isaiah Campbell to see who meets the winner of the winner's bracket.
Peter in one, Isaiah in two, but Peter has to get back to the top of the hill first.
Okay, it's going to be a couple minutes because Peter has to get back to the top of the hill. We'll be racing Isaiah for the top 3, and whoever wins this heat will be in the top 2. So Peter is in the top 3. Isaiah is in the top 3. And Ronnie Rome is in the top 2.
Clear run out on the way up. Thank you. Copy that.
Oh, pretty good, you know. It's
Tired.
tired of talking about your dad, but you know it's okay.
I saw his eyes close. I saw his eyes close. You're trying to cheat on me over here. They have been like, it's always death. Forever. It's like they have to run them all the way down and back up. And we got to like get back up. We only have 2 more races. No, 2.
right, fans, we are going for second, third place here in this race. Whoever wins goes on for the championship. Whoever doesn't is third place. We got Peter Weld in lane number 1, Isaiah Campbell in lane number 2. And they're off and running. It's the green car versus the reddish car. Reddish car looks like it's doing a little weaving. They look pretty close as they're coming in to the halfway point where they're hitting the tunnel. And right now it looks like it is probably lane 2 is kicking on. It's trying to get up closer. It's trying like I'll get out. But it is lane number
The winning
1.
lane
Peter
is
Welch
1
of
with a time of 0.180
so Isaiah
seconds.
Campbell, third place in this race. Congratulations, Isaiah. Great job today. And so now in the last 4 years, you've been first, second, and now a third. Great job, Isaiah. You're quite a driver.
Ready.
Okay, fans, it'll take a little bit to get Peter back up to the top of the hill where Peter will be running Ronnie Rome for the championship. If Peter wins that, they have to race again. If Ronnie wins, Ronnie is our champion. You have to lose twice to be eliminated out of this race. So we have 1 heat to go, or maybe 2. Ronnie should be in 1. Peter should be in 2. And then we will be done with this fantastic race. We'd like to thank all the volunteers down there at the run-out area. They've done a great job today. And all of them up at the starting line and on the bridge. And the trucks and the guy driving the bus. You're all right. We'd like to thank Denise for being up here on the bridge. She kept us awake.
Let's give one more little bonus play.
To the sponsors.
What word you said? Let's mention our Grand Marshal one more time.
Okay, we're going to mention our Grand Marshal one more time. And that is my very good friend, also co-Hall of Famer with me the same year, Bruce Hunzinger. Congratulations, Bruce, for being our Grand Marshal today, and thank you for all that you've done for the last 40-some years. And I know we're going to need you again this next week for the Akron Local. And he's been doing the starting line all day. He used to do the run-out area, but now that he's, in his mid-90s, he thought it would be better if he just stayed at the starting line. Denise, you have to take him back home, don't you? To somebody's home?
Not me. Not my responsibility. Nope, not yet.
Yeah. Yeah, Bruce doesn't want to be finished, so he's at the starting line. All right, once again, we'd like to thank our race day champions. They're our big supporters, the Greater Akron Motorcycle Club, Liberty Ford of Maple Heights, the Colsar family, Guys Party Center, and Michelle Communications. We sure appreciate all you guys. Appreciate everybody here today. And it has been one of the hotter Super Kids races we've had. Not as hot as the All-American in '68 when it was 96 degrees, but it's pretty warm. Yeah, well, you know who won that race? A kid named Twig. He was just a little skinny kid named Twig. Now he's an attorney in Fort Wayne, Indiana. Yeah. Yeah, his brother's a doctor and he's a lawyer. That's not a bad racket.
Also thank the volunteers again one more time.
Lou. Lamb. Twig.
Make sure you thank the volunteers one more time.
All right, I'd like to thank the volunteers, definitely the people, the individuals, all of them that helped, all the different motorcycle clubs. We sure appreciate that. Great Deer Agri Motorcycle Club, they've been in this thing as long as I have. They've just done a great job. And the volunteers up at the starting line, and definitely Linda Will. Give her a big hand. She ran this whole thing. Yay, Linda. And the co-pilots. Of course, they just went down because they wanted to try to get some more track time. That's what they're trying to figure out. I can tell you right now, extra practice. Yeah, Jonah, he was just trying to learn the track at all. He's kind of a rookie, so he didn't really know. And our in-kind sponsors, I'd like to thank Bruce Hunsinger, our Grand Prix Marshal, Ed Harmon, that set up all of our timers, Jen Ottinger, Independent Director of 31, Kent Roosevelt High School, Marco's Pizza in Springfield, and Todd Taylor. Is Todd Taylor the one that was the disc jockey on WHLO when I was 15 years old? I remember him, Todd T. Taylor. I saw him just play last year down at Lock 4. Wasn't much bigger than I was. And here comes the great John Harmon walking right up the grandstands. It is hard to believe that he got here before noon today. Yeah, well, we were very proud of him. His alarm must have gone off too early.
Good job, John. Good job.
John really helped with the timer with his dad. And his dad's taught him very well, except when to get here. His dad gets here at 7, and John figures noon's pretty close. Okay, friends, we have one more race or maybe two more races. We will see what happens. Lane number 1 will be Ronnie Rome. Lane number 2 is Peter Thomas Wilt. Kind of like Jean-Claude Keeley or something. Hope he doesn't become some wacko. Championship Pete. Sure is, Mark. Yep. And we're hoping battery goes.
Testing, testing.
Okay, the battery went out on my remote, so now we have another one. We know that it never shuts me up. So we're going to see if we can put a new battery, but this is the championship heat of the 2021 Akron Area Super Kids Classic. Lane number 1, Ronnie Rome. Lane number 2, Peter Thomas Wilt. Yeah, we're going to do a commercial. Yeah, the rabbit just went in the building. Okay, gang, here we are, the championship heat. It's pretty exciting. There, it looks like lane number 2 is already. I'm not sure about lane number 1. Well, we'd sure like to thank Mark Richards for coming out today. Marky, thanks very much. Hope you had a good time. I know this race means a heck of a lot to you, that's for sure. It means a lot to all of us, and we're very happy we had such great weather today.
Oh, here you go.
right, we got the other one back. Now that's a little louder. We can hear better with that one. Okay, gang, it looks like they're about ready. The championship heat of 2021. Here we go. Lane number 1, Ronnie. Lane number 2, Peter. And they're off and running. Now, who's going to win this? And they're going 30 seconds to glory. Here we go. Which is it going to be? Ronnie in lane 1, Peter in lane 2. Denise, pick up that phone. Looks like they're hitting the tunnel, and it's pretty close. I can't tell for sure. It could be. Looks like it for me. It is. It's lane number 2.
Winning lane is 2 with a time of 0.208.
That was
seconds.
Peter Thomas Wilt. Now they both
Ready.
have one loss, so they have to go back up and run it one more time. That happens a lot in the Super Kids, doesn't it, Mark? We have that quite often. Okay, gang, one more time. This will take about 10 minutes to get the 2 kids, get the 2 cars, bring them back up, switch lanes, and let them run back down again. That's what it should be, the same cars.
The cars are going to stay in the same lane, the kids are going to switch cars to make it fair.
Oh, okay.
So the cars are staying
Oh, okay, all right. Okay, so they're going to keep the cars in the same lanes, just switch kids. That's what my mom did, too. She switched me when I was a kid. You know. Right, and then I had to go find some other mother that would claim me.
I'm headed home, so there's already people there swimming.
Okay, we know one more heat. There's only one way that it won't be one more heat, and that's if it's a tie. But we have a lot of very, good, sophisticated electronic equipment. We should be able to get this race down the hill. Republican Party chairman died, and everybody was talking to him like a eulogy, and somebody yelled at me to stand up because I couldn't see him. I said, Denny, I said, I want to tell you right now, you're the 3rd shortest in this room. After Mike DeWine and me, you're number 3. And Mike, and I mean, I'm making fun of the governor of the state of Ohio, and he loved it. DeWine did. Because I acknowledge politicians love any time they want to stand up. Okay, kids.
I think those
Pete.
two belong to me. Yep, those two records belong to me.
Peter Thomas Wilt in lane number 1. And Ronnie Rome in lane number 2. They've switched lanes. They've kept the cars in the same lanes. They've just switched lanes now. Let's see what happens. They both have one loss, but they both have one win. So here they go, and they're off and running. It's the championship heat of the Akron Super Kids Classic, the final heat of the day. Here they are. They're coming down. It's about a third of the way, and it looks pretty close from here. Now they're hitting into the tunnel, coming into the stretch. Still looks pretty close. See what happens. Where is the other driver at? Look at that. Is that close?
The winning lane is 2 with a time of
Lane 2 just won that with a .036. Closest race we've had today. That's great to have the final heat. The closest. Okay, Ronnie got first, and Peter Thomas Wilt got second. Great job, both of you, boys. Great job. Okay.
ready.
Okay, here's our top six. Sixth place, Michael Baum. Fifth place, Camden Yost. Fourth place, Sarah Memberg. Third place, Isaiah Campbell. Second place, Peter Wilt. And first place, Ronnie Rome. Congratulations, all six of you. Good job, kids. Great race today. Thank you, all the volunteers, all you guys who worked so hard, guys and gals and everything. Thank you, and we'll see you all the next time.